Ian Garry defeats Michael Venom Page by unanimous decision. This is a fight where I talked about how one hype train is going to get exposed one way or another, no matter who wins, when it was announced. I didn't get a prediction video out, and that is something I need to be a bit better at. But in the end, I picked Michael Venom Page to win by decision, but I wasn't super confident about it because, let's be honest, either man could have won this fight, and while it was competitive, it was unfortunately what a lot of people predicted going into the fight, which it turned out to be boring. And at the end of the day, I was hoping Ian Garry would strike more on the feet, but I didn't expect he was going to, so I wasn't surprised at all when he was just walking forward, not throwing his hands, just desperately trying to get Michael Venom Page to the ground. And I expected Michael Venom Page to be more active on the feet, but again, this guy makes so many mistakes, technically, on the feet, with the positioning of his body and his legs, and he's so easy to take down. Again, it turned out to be the fight I expected, unfortunately, because again, I thought this fight was going to be lackluster, which it was, and a lot of people predicted that. Ian Garry was, again, he wanted no parts of Michael Venom Page on the feet. A lot of people were saying, why isn't he striking more? Why isn't he throwing his hands? Why isn't he trying to open Michael Venom Page up? Well, the reason why is simple, because Ian Garry knew if he opened up on the feet, he was going to give Michael Venom Page more opportunities to hit him. So it is what it is. Again, I would have liked to have seen Ian Garry backed up his trash talk more, but I wasn't shocked that he was so hesitant on the feet. He was just trying to get Venom Page down. And in the first round, Michael Venom Page was getting so reckless, as he often does with these, big flashy moves, and he allowed Ian Garry to get the body lock, and he took him down. Now, I was expecting Michael Venom Page to tap, so I'll give him credit there. He did survive. And the fact that Ian Garry got within whiskers of sinking in a rear naked choke in with the body lock on, mind you, the body triangle, and he didn't do it. Michael Venom Page was able to get out of it. It just made me, I wouldn't say lose more faith in Ian Garry, because I've never rated this guy that highly, but it just really secured my beliefs that this guy's not going to be stopping anybody at top level. And in the second round, MVP was doing some nice work where I commented on Lucas Tracy's stream. He seems to be using his athletic gifts to his advantage, because instead of throwing these big flashy jumping spinning techniques, he was timing a nice right hand down the center, and he was catching Ian Garry. He was, again, I felt, using his unpredictability to his advantage, and he wasn't giving Ian Garry the opportunities to take him down. The third round came, and I spoke too soon, you could say, because he ended up doing exactly what he wasn't doing in the second round, which is he just allowed himself to get too close to Ian Garry with his feet too close together, so he couldn't stop a takedown. And when he was able to have a solid base, his takedown defense was okay. But when Ian Garry got close to him in the third round, because I think it was a jumping technique or maybe a step and elbow that MVP was going for, I can't remember, I'll have to rewatch it. But he, again, just made a technical error where he allowed himself to get too close to Garry with his feet not far apart enough, and he got taken down. And he was able to get back up, but Ian Garry jumped on his back, didn't do any damage, didn't get any submission attempts that were close to being sunk in, and he controlled Michael Venom Page and got a decision victory. But it was boring. And yeah, it is what it is. Again, I didn't expect much else from this fight, unfortunately. It does have relevance in the welterweight division, but going into it, I wasn't super hyped on this fight, because I don't think either one of these men is a big challenge to Shavkat Rakhmonov. I think Rakhmonov is the uncrowned champion at welterweight. I'm not saying Leon Edwards can't give him trouble, but I expect this guy to beat everybody, and I did not see anything in this fight that convinces me otherwise. So, yeah, Ian Garry, it was a good control performance, but not exciting, which is a theme with Ian Garry's fights. And, I wasn't watching this fight with the commentary turned on to where I could hear it. I was listening to my music during the fight, but I heard people commenting that Joe Rogan is all over him and, giving him nothing but non-stop dramatic praise. It is what it is. He gets the benefit of being the hype train. So, yeah, I don't think either one of these guys beats Michael Venom, Shavkar Rakhmonov, and therefore I don't expect to see Ian Garry fighting for the belt anytime soon. And yeah, and also Joe Rogan didn't even ask him who he wants next. We'll see what he says in the post-fight press conference, but I would not be surprised one bit if he starts calling out Colby Covington. And I wanted to wait and see what Colby Covington does, if he does anything after this fight, before I make a video talking about how disgraceful his career is, and yeah, just talking about how he's become an embarrassment. So let me know what you guys thought down below of this fight. Were you hoping for a more entertaining fight? And did anybody else really expect Ian Garry to open up and strike with MVP on the feet? I know we all wanted to, but did anybody think he would actually do it? Drop your thoughts down below, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. As always, catch you soon.